Hello, bankers. A very good evening to all of you. Welcome back. Welcome to another session. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible now. I hope, actually, there is some issue with the application. I have cross-checked with team, but they are saying it will take up a bit time, right? So, we will start with this particular session as they fix this particular one. We will connect on the application itself, right? So I guess now it is fine. It will work within 2-3 minutes, I guess, right? What I can see. Okay. Now I can see this particular one. Yes, now it is fine, guys. So a very good evening to all of you guys. A very good evening. Now you can join anywhere, huh? So now it is fixed, I guess. Can you see this particular one? Everyone, very good evening to all of you. So sorry, really sorry for this delay. There was some issue from the app side. Now, like when it comes to our today's discussion, so today we are going to complete our module C. So module C, which is all about treasury or management. Whatever we have done in past, that is definitely going to help us with this particular module itself, right? So everyone, quickly join in and do let me know if all good from my side so that we can start the discussion itself, right? So like actually they're working on the application itself, so it might take some time aapka, right, for the fixing this particular issue. And till that time we will be starting aapka and we will be doing the discussion itself, right? So all yes, so shall we start, guys? The module C, which is all about treasury management. So when it comes to treasury management, it include areas like introduction of treasury, the first one aapka, right? The first unit, which is introduction of treasury. Then we have treasury product. We have international equity and debt product, funding and regulatory aspect, treasury risk management, derivative product, and ALM. So these are the areas which are generally part of this particular curriculum itself. Okay. So guys, those who are watching on app, if you find some difficulty, you can switch on the आपका YouTube itself, right? So everything will be fine there. There is some maintenance going from the class plus team itself. So like it might take some time आपका to solve this particular one. So guys, when it comes to, so shall we start, guys? Shall we start? Now, all good? Yes. Huh. So when it comes to your module C, Sarah sir, very good evening. Now it is fine, kya? I have rejoined from my side. Sarah sir, now it is fine. Chalo. So when it comes to module C, आपका, these are the units, and in this particular session, we are going to complete all the unit, right? So this is something. See, one thing I told you in morning also, कि maximum time what happened, we only focus around the first two module A and B, which are bit complex itself, right? And whatever you have done with those two modules, that is definitely going to help you the remaining two module itself. So marks wise, both the modules are all the four module are equally important. So this portion, if you work आपका specifically around these two modules, and if you practice a lot, that is definitely going to help us in our examination, right? So Raja sir is also here. Now it is fine. Okay, you guys can watch on anywhere now. Now it is आपका got fixed. So when it comes to introduction to treasury management, we have the one question you can expect around the integrated treasury. Integrated treasury is there. Srikant sir is here. Kya? Srikant sir, can you hear me? Subhash sir is there, and other people also. Ramaji sir and all. Okay, those who have texted on the group itself. I hope you people have joined this particular one. Srikant sir is also here, right? So other people also. Rani ma'am, yes. Numerical class there, a class enough for all. We will be doing one, Akhil sir, we will be doing one session day after tomorrow also. And one session we have done in past. So we will try to cover aapka maximum things from those two units, aapka, right? So and Chalo. So now let's start a discussion. This discussion will go for at least 4 hours till 11 o'clock. And today only, anyhow, we have to complete the module C itself. So when it comes to your introduction to treasury management, integrated treasury, which is bit important, and the another part आपका which is organization of treasury. Those three different areas आपका, so that is something which is generally part of this. So treasury, when it comes to the treasury areas आपका, right, so that generally work as a profit center for the bank. There are many areas or scope of the treasury business nowadays. Integrated treasury means it is an integration of your capital market, money market, or forex market, and the debt market, securities and others, which generally come majorly three market: money, securities, and your aaka forex market, right? And when it comes to the treasury product also, they generally comes under this. So when it comes to the major drivers for the treasury, so we have cash management, we have interest arbitrage, so that we can generate additional profit for the bank. FDI, FI, ECB, they are generally routed through this particular department itself. Technological velocity, the advantages from this one, and the regulatory requirements, CRR and SLR, which is also comes under the function of treasury itself. So treasury, nowadays we generally use one line which is called integrated treasury. It is integration of all these particular market. Basically, we deploy funds from one market to another, and if we are having surplus, so we will be using that surplus in some other market, so that we can generate some sort of additional profit for the bank. If we are having some sort of ALM gap and others, we can raise money from money market and we can fix that particular one. That is your the another areas, right? So integrated treasury, that is a kind of one another things which generally comes under this one. Now when it comes to the role of treasury, there are three key role which is performed by the treasury department. One is the overall liquidity management, including आपका CRR and SLR. Proprietary position, where treasury enter into some different आपका securities on behalf of bank itself. They generally buy and sell those particular one. And the next one is आपका risk management. So ALM provide derivative tool for the hedging purpose and others. It can be for the proprietary, yeah, own position, or for the your on the behalf of HNI customers and all, right? The next one we have the overall activities of treasury department can be categorized among three different book. ALM book आपका, we have merchant book, where we are providing services to the fee-based services to the externals or HNI or the companies. And the third one is trading book, where we are buying and selling these particular securities itself, right? So that's something which generally comes under this one. And when it comes to the other areas, the treasury as a profit center, how it generally generate the profit. So low cost credit risk आपका, high leverage things, volume over the margin, and operational efficiency. So these are the different ways through which treasury that generally trying to generate some sort of additional profit for the bank. We generally आपका client product and internal services, hedging tool आपका, we use different swap contract, forward contract, and others. Derivatives, which is generally part of this one for the speculation as well as hedging, or sometime in forex when we have arbitrage opportunities, that also avail through this particular one itself, right? And the next one which we have discussed, that is the areas. We have three offices. One is front office, another one is mid office, and third one is आपका back office. Front office, which is generally known for the trading, means आपका execution of deal. Then we have independent back office, which is आपका for the risk management, and the third one is your आपका back office, which is for the one-to-one settlements, or all the settlement in accounting, reconciliation, and other things, which is generally taken care by the back office itself, right? So this is a kind of an introduction for your treasury, very basic one, and all these things will get repeated with the remaining unit. So let's directly jump to the question itself. The first question on your screen, guys. Today also same flow, some warm-up question, then आपका the statement based या other areas we will be going through in this particular one. The first question on your screen, guys, quickly go through this. Yes, okay. Ramanpreet ma'am, very, very good evening. A very good evening to all of you guys, those who recently joined the session. I hope now it is fine aapka for everyone. So, first question, which of the following statement are true regarding the evolving role of treasury in bank? So, Vivek sir is saying option A, Srikant sir is saying option B. Other people also, guys, quickly, quickly, quickly. So treasury profit are attractive as they often arise from the market that carry minimum credit risk आपका and require high capital allocation in those. So this statement is completely wrong. Why this is wrong? Because the capital आपका basically ठीक है, high capital no. Morning I gave you an example ना with 10 kg of gold you enter into a you use the leverages. So let's say 10 आपका like 10 crores 100 crores portfolio and all even without investing a single rupee, right? So that is something which is wrong here. Second statement, bank typically maintains significant oversight open positions in the foreign currency. We do आपका maintain these particular especially for आपका derivative your आपका hedging purpose or even the proprietary position also, right? So when it comes to the trading part, sorry, this should be आपका wrong, ठीक है? So this is why this is wrong आपका when we involve आपका in overnight आपका open positions they attract more risk, so that's why we maintain आपका minimum area should be for this particular one ना. So treasury can generate आपका arbitrage profit by borrowing one currency. This is आपका the one. So only option A should be right answer. Bank try to minimize open position to avoid the exchange risk, and low credit and low capital allocation is the basic fundamentals for this particular one. Next one, guys, A will be right answer. Yes. Next one आपका which of the following statement are correct in the context of derivative and structured product offering by the treasury itself? So forward rate agreements are offered to look in future interest rate for the corporate debt issued. True है. The second statement when it comes to this, treasury earn margin on structured product by changing a premium over the interbank market codes. Treasury earn margin on structured product by charging a premium over the आपका interbank codes. The third one is RBI permit bank to short sell equity in Indian market. Part this is आपका it is not suggested by RBI because reason being whenever you go for the short selling you have obligation, you have to set out that position before the closure of the market and they involve high risk आपका, right? So short selling is something कि let's say you do not have any आपका open position, what you are doing, you enter in the market and you directly sell that particular security, then your obligation will be buy and you have to set up the position before the closure of the market, otherwise exchange will automatically close that particular one. So 1 and 2 means option A should be right answer for. Why option D or C? Different answers are coming for this one. Yes, A will be right answer for this one. RBI does not permit आपका short selling in equities by the bank. Reason being आपका they involve higher risk and others. Okay, any doubt, any confusion, please do let me know so I can help you out with this one. Okay, next question, guys. वार्म अप क्वेश्चन है हाँ ये लाइक राइट नाउ यू आर डूइंग द वार्म अप क्वेश्चन. सो बड़े स्टेटमेंट्स आएंगे ठीक, सो यू विल गेट प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर वन. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर डूइंग दिस पर्टिकुलर वन. एंड बिलीव मी गाइस, सी एंड डी आर इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट एंड यू ऑल्सो नो दिस कि maximum time you have allotted around the module A and B, and in that module A and B now we have variety, especially module A lots of upper complexities are there, right? Though that things will help you, but the only thing is it require more and more practice, so you have to consider this particular fact and accordingly work around this. But in examination you will see there is a kind of equal weightage of all the four modules, so we cannot take any sort of risk in this case. Okay, so XYZ bank has organized its treasury as a specialized branch. We can do it as a departmental approach or a branch. XYZ is running as a specialized branch. It operate in foreign exchange market, participate directly in clearing and settlement, and has a dedicated ALM desk and equity dealer. Recently, bank faced reputational issues due to delay in settlement of large foreign exchange deal despite accurate आपका execution by the front office. Internal audit आपका revealed that both the dealer and back office reported to the same manager. That means there is a आपका conflict of interest. We should have a different team for all the areas. The confirmation with the counterparty has discrepancies, means it is issue with the back office. The audit also observed that mid office report were ignored by the ELCO for the past years. So what you guys suggesting? Option C. Okay, let's go for the option C. The branch is the breach of reporting hierarchy between front office and this lack of mid office oversight and indicates serious structural violation 100% true without any doubt. Well done guys, option C will be right answer for this particular one. Next one, very simple question. So, which of the following statement correct regarding the role of various division in bank treasury? The first one is your dealing room is responsible for deal execution and settlement. They are only responsible for execution. Back office is आपका confirm the deal independently with counterparties and maintain book. True है. Mid office, when it comes to mid office, they monitor adherence to stop losses in this risk management 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means option B. How come? Vivek sir, आपका श्रीकांत सर, अभी क्या हुआ? लाइक ऑफिस में ज़्यादा लोड था क्या? हाँ, ऑल गुड गाइस, एवरीवन. Why these wrong answers? ऐसा गलती नहीं करना है. तो the only incorrect statement is dealing room, front office. They only execute the deal. Settlement is done by the back office. The another two statements were आपका correct in this particular case. Okay, next one. Next one. Focus, 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 guys. A specialized branch from form enable the treasury to act as a authorized dealers and form a treasury as a authorized dealers participate directly in settlement and system. Departmental from form of the treasury allow to operate independently with the profit and loss accounts and GL accounts. No, this should be wrong, right? This feature is for the specialized branch. In departmental, it is integrated with the overall आपका bank things, right? So treasury branch form a generally preferred for the integrated treasury operation in this two. 1 and 3. Option A will be right answer for this particular. See, we have different approaches. Two approaches majorly. One approach is we are running treasury as a specialized branch. We are doing nothing else, only the treasury things. There are some banks, especially foreign bank and the bigger private bank, they generally do something like this. When it comes to the public sector bank, we generally run this particular one as a departmental approach. So in departmental approach, whatever the profit and losses we are doing from that one, that is part of the entire आपका profit and loss and GL accounts in that particular one. So option A will be right answer for this particular one. Correct, guys? Next one. Okay, chalo. Warm up question over. Now please concentrate. So first statement, the restructuring of ABC Bank reflect the evolution of Treasury from the service compliant to as a profit center, which is 100% true here. Shifting funds between INR and USD market to exploit the interest rate differential is an example of arbitrage. That is also true. Third statement, borrowing overseas and swapping funds into INR demonstrate the integration of money, forex, and securities. That is also true. Direct hedging services provided to export fall under the proprietary. No, they are not proprietary. They are basically categorized under the that trading book आपका, right? Sorry, merchant book areas and others. Then we have maintaining separate ALM. Um, Maintaining certain ALM book, merchant book, and this are the multiple role of integrity. This is also correct, right? Then we have the use of derivative by treasury is limited only to manage the risk of the proprietary position. ठीक है? The use of derivative by the treasury limited only managing the proprietary position. No, we go for the आपका hedging or the on the behalf of client also. Ad, Advising management on pricing and strategic decision to outside scope of, no, it can be part of that particular one also. So 1 2 3 5, 1 2 3 5 means option A only should be right. With bigger question you guys use the elimination things and all that what I got, right? So option A only will be right answer for this one. So statement 4 was wrong. Hedging service offered to exporters fall under the merchant आपका business. These three book आपका which treasury maintain, right? Sixth statement, derivative are used not only for proprietary but also managing the customer exposure. And the fifth one is advising management product strategic decision, important advisory function of the manage आपका treasury itself, right? Let's go through the one another question, guys. So when it comes to this particular question, globalization implies complete absence of regulatory oversight. Completely wrong. आपका globalization doesn't mean आपका there is आपका complete elimination of regulatory oversight. Wrong है. Portfolio investment by foreign investors can increase volatility in domestic equity in this. Yes, they do. Under the current regulation, India has a full capital account convertibility. No, we are partially capital account convertibility. We have partial capital account convertibility. Wrong hai. Fourth one is interest rate in India are completely insulated from the global interest rate trends. No, this is also the role of your RBI and fiscal policy and monetary policy is more important. Bank are permitted to participate in single name credit default swap on corporate bonds, both for the market makers and market users. This should be correct. Like a plain vanilla swap basically, right? The next one is your overseas borrowing by the bank through the correspondent bank are subject to ceiling link. Yes, they do. And the next one is your introduction of interest rate future on 10-year notional. Government of India has extended the treasury toolkit for the managing interest rate risk. This is also true. So 2567, 2567, 4 is also there. No. 2 5 6 7 means option C should be right answer for very good guys. Okay, awesome. So statement 1 is wrong. Globalization involved integration of domestic and global market with the freer capital flow, but it does not eliminate the regulation part. Third one is India does not fully capital account convertibility. When it comes to the fourth one, even under the managed exchange rate regime, India interest rate are influenced by the global trend this and आपका arbitrage domestic rate cannot fully आपका insulated in an open economy, and the rest statement are correct in this particular case itself, right? Next one guys. So in the context of evolving treasury function in India, you have to find out the correct one, right? Traditionally, treasury was primarily responsible as a profit generation. No, the one of the organizational responsibility of treasury in bank is to meet CRR and SLR requirements through the appropriate cash reserve and approved securities. 1990s economic reforms, treasury in bank expanded its role from the being a compliance unit to the profit center. The next one is treasury function is limited to short term funds and does not play a role in risk management. This is आपका wrong, right? Treasury though deal in short term funds आपका, but it also involve in आपका risk management for these particular one. Treasury is actively involved in ALM and contribute a strategic decision making आपका, that's also true. So BCE means option A will be right answer for this particular one. So it is आपका service compliant unit and treasury short term, but risk management आपका spam across the maturities, that is generally part of this particular one also, right? Next one guys. So we require more and more practice with each and every unit. And the benefit is key. We will be recalling things from module A also. And we will be having a detailed like practice. So that practice will eventually help, right? So let's go for the next question, guys. Manoj sir is saying option D. Very fast, huh? Other people also, guys. Try. So when it comes to this portfolio investment by US hedge funds are considered current account inflow and subject to FEMA limits आपका, right? Portfolio investment in this. Portfolio investment should come under the capital one, right? So this should be wrong. For it should be आपका capital account, right? The joint ventures with the Japanese firm, आपका FDI, may be routed under the automatic route approved depending on the sector. Yes. The third one is issuing corporate bonds in Europe constitute an external commercial borrowing and regulated by RBI. Alpha Tech use rupee derivative and CDS for hedging is not permitted as lack of overseas branches. That doesn't mean आपका branches how they are not आपका related basically. Royalty income from Germany categorized under the royalty income comes under the current account. Huh? Please do remember this one. Okay? So it comes under the current account. So this should be wrong again. So means A and B and C. B and C means option B should be right answer. So this is something which is guidelines driven. Maximum people आपका saying B, C, D. C is also correct, yeah, sorry. C is also correct. हाँ, B, C and D is wrong here, ठीक है, D is wrong guys, ठीक है। आपका डी इज रॉन्ग, ठीक है। सो डी इज इवन बैंक विदाउट ओवरसीज ब्रांचेस कॉर्पोरेट दे कैन लाइक दिस इज समथिंग that is an international product, so anyone can enter into these particular things. It is like not like you have to have maintain the branch, then only you will be able to enter these kind of instruments, right? That is an instrument, so as an institution you can purchase those particular one. Next one guys. No, it is not difficult because Srikant sir, we have practiced this one less. That's why you're feeling like that, huh? Because module A and B, we have done that revision also. But the things which you have read there, na, they'll help you here. But only thing is the revision will require. So I'll suggest ki please go for that documents aapka, that will help you. So when it comes to globalization and its impact on treasury operation, free capital flows enhance the exchange of technology and managerial resources, like which is especially from the FDI things. All capital account transactions are permitted under the automatic, not necessarily. We have automatic and approval route. Domestic depend on the sector. So domestic interest rate are influenced by global capital flow. Yes, impacting treasury operation, they do get impacted, right? If there will be more investment, it will increase the flow. The next one is full capital account convertibility has been implemented in India now. Treasury operation have widened its product like swap, CDS and others. Yes, 135. 135 means option C will be right answer for this particular one. Correct? Eh? This is, I guess, everyone mark correctly. Yes, very good. Next one, guys. Okay. Vigneshwar sir, Rajiv sir, very good. Well done. Next one. The first one, what they have done, they आपका borrow USD, borrow from the US market at 2% and lend in India. This is a case of arbitrage, ठीक है? Interest rate arbitrage basically. What they have. Just a minute, sir. Srikant sir, just a minute. I'm connecting. Actually, there is heavy rainfall in Bangalore today. So I guess that's why this power cut is there. I'm reconnecting this one, guys. Just allow me 1 minute. Okay, this is- Now it is fine, yeah? The first case, we have a case of interest rate arbitrage. The second one is selling US dollar to importer using currency bought from the exporter. So it is buy and sell. It is a case of आपका as a profit center. Then third one is investing short term in commercial paper using funds borrowed overnight आपका, again a case of profit only आपका, right? So selling USD to importer. नहीं, this is a trading आपका, right? Selling USD to importer using currency bought from the exporter. this is a normal transaction, be actually commission based, so this should not come under this one. Holding an open position in euro, expecting it rise the exchange rate overnight. This is आपका speculation kind of, right? Then we have the next one is your purchasing government securities and selling the same on the WMD आपका after the yield drop. This is your, again, what it is called, purchasing a government security, and this is a case of trading. Okay, we'll check the answer. Anyone who want to answer this particular one? Okay, so this is the explanation for this one. Means B means आपका ACDE. Like first case आपका A, which is arbitrage, that is fine. C is आपका short term arbitrage, again speculation trading आपका D, government securities trading. B is a regular forex merchant transaction, which is generally categorized under this particular one. Okay, so that is the different activities which is taken place by the upper treasury and the overall risk center and all. So treasury profit are attractive as they often arise from the market that carry minimum credit, and okay, this is statement we have gone through earlier also. Second one is bank typically maintain significant overnight open position in foreign. They ignore this particular part, reason being the risk involvement of risk. Then next one is treasury can generate arbitrage profit by borrowing one currency and selling in another. Next one is money market activity. Treasury become more profit oriented after introduction of transfer pricing. Investment in government securities is no longer confined to SLR compliant, but is also source of trading income. Investment in government securities is no longer, as a treasury, if you are doing investment in that particular one, so that is not get considered in that particular one, I guess, right? So in आपका, that is some, that should be, this fifth statement should be right. Means आपका option D should be correct answer. Yes, बिल्कुल सही राजीव sir. Option D will be right answer for this particular one. Okay, internet. Okay, just a minute. I'll try to rejoin this particular one. Okay. So a specialized branch from the formed in, okay, this question we have solved earlier also, right? This is true. This is आपका treasury operation. This is wrong and this is true. 1 and 3, A will be right answer for this particular one. Okay, just a minute, huh? Just allow me 1 minute. One more time I'll rejoin, then we will continue with this another one. I guess this is आपका from the I have changed the internet. Just allow me 1 minute. I guess there is some issue with their application only today. Okay, chal. So now the next unit which we have, that is your treasury product itself. So treasury product आपका. So this is like the first topic is all about integrated treasury. The second topic is all about the treasury product. So means when it comes to आपका treasury product, we have integration of all the four market. Now means we have product from foreign exchange, spot, आपका future, spot versus आपका future contract or forward contract, money market instruments, we have securities market, and we have आपका domestic debt and equity market. So these are the products. So under which we have many product आपका which are generally part of this one. So these product are something कि we have read these particular one on maximum of out of these particular one in our module A also, and आपका today morning also we have revised these particular one, as well as the only part is money market things, so you have to go through those particular, so at least Prem sir, can you also please join on YouTube आपका, ठीक है? So YouTube it is working fine, but on app I guess there is some issue from the app side only, so that's why I have rejoined the session also, but it is not working properly. But here it is fine ना, हाँ here it look fine आपका. Now it is fine, I guess. So, which of the following statement regarding the foreign exchange market are correct? So, when it comes to foreign exchange market is highly liquid because most currencies are fully convertible and actively traded. So, not most currencies. There are few currencies which are fully convertible. This is not the reason behind the आपका being this market fully convertible, liquid आपका, right, or highly liquid, because the participation is global, right, and market is 24 into 7, number of buyers, number of sellers. That is the reason behind this particular one. The first statement is wrong. Second statement आपका, the forex market operate virtually with no physical boundaries and trade is trading in primarily limited in domestic, and this, and trading is primarily limited by the domestic regulation and the currency convertibility. This should be correct. The third one is your even partially convertible currencies like INR can have आपका liquid market due to strong domestic demand in this. True है. The 2 and 3 means option B should be right answer for this one. Prem sir, now it is fine for you. मधुसाई, it is आपका ECXOIO. It is आपका ECXOIO. I'll write here ECXOIO. Okay, now it is clear क्या? Thank you, Srikant sir. Okay, what should be your right answer for this one, guys? What should be your right answer for this one? So this is a case of आपका hedging. So what should be your right answer? No, for we do have domestic regulation. Like in India, it is generally आपका regulated by RBI, right? For every आपका they have their own guidelines and all. ठीक है? So like about the access to the market and other things. So that's why that was the case. Subhas sir. right? Next one, guys. Next one. Which of the following statement are true with respect to financial options? Option 2. Just a minute. The bank forward quoted reflect आपका forecast USD INR movement in 1 month. See, this is आपका ना. This is basically it is not clear about the things, the outcome, what they want to achieve from this particular one. And this is आपका more clear, right? They are entering into a hedge position. So that's why they are taking the opposite position in the intermarket. So that's why I didn't go for the option B. आपका आपका option D, that's why this is the right answer for this one. So that is a clear cut case of hedging आपका, because we are offsetting the position as we are expecting the market will behave in a different direction. So, which of the following statement are true with respect to financial options? So, what will be your correct answer, guys? A European option can be exercised any time before and expiration date. The buyer of put option has the right to sell the underlying asset at its strike price. Seller of an call option obligated to deliver the underlying asset if buyer exercise the option. So what will be your correct answer? So first statement आपका wrong. Why it is wrong? This is true about the American options. ठीक है? In case of American option, these things happen. European options can be exercised only on the आपका expiry date. European options आपका European options. American options can be exercised on and before of the expiry date. When it comes to buyer of put option has right to sell the underlying asset. आपका this is they have right to sell but not an obligation. Buyer of option put option, they have right to sell but not an obligation. uh, Buyer of call option having right to buy but not an obligation. Seller of an call option is obligated to deliver the underlying asset if the buyer this. Again, this is also correct. Okay? So seller of option means your unlimited loss, limited आपका profit, limited profit up to premium paid. So if आपका, like let's say you have sell some option, means selling option means when you sell the call means you are bearish about the situation. So if things went wrong, if things went up आपका, this is a loss situation and you have to pay in that particular situation. So 2 and 3 means option A is the right answer for this particular one. Very good, guys. Option A will be correct answer for this one. Next one. So, Nostro account balances do not earn any interest by default, but may earn upper minimal interest under the sweep facility agreements. Yes. The another one is आपका prior clearances from the treasury is required before sanctioning foreign currency advances, primarily to assess the availability of cost of forex fund आपका. That is also true. So both are correct, means option C should be right answer for this one. So by default, Nostro account, they do not earn interest, but sweep facilities आपका with correspondent bank, they generally generate some sort of revenues for the bank itself. The another statement is आपका true here, right? Next one. Which of the following statement correct regarding the money market and its instrument? Very easy question, guys. One of the simplest question. Let's answer everyone. Today only we have discussed all these particular one. So hopefully everyone will mark correct answer for this one. So call money refer to the overnight funds borrowed by bank and must be repaid 24 hours. Notice money 2 to 14 days. Correct है. Primary dealers आपका participate in term money subject to a limit of 225%. 225% of their net own funds आपका. This is wrong. 1 in 2. 1 in 2 means option C will be correct answer. ठीक है? People get confused with this. Morning only, Sirkan sir. You guys were sleeping that time, I guess, huh? So please do consider this. I have shown you one chart now for commercial bank, including आपका RRBs. It is आपका call and notice money, fortnight reporting 100%, आपका core capital, and on a given day आपका it is 125%. All the other guidelines also for this one, this is the correct one, right? Clear है अभी? Next one, guys. Next one. Prudential limit. चलो. Just now I told you. ठीक है, तो 1 and 3 statement are right, 2 is wrong, right? 1 and 3 are right. So it is at a given single day, it can be 125. Average fortnight, it should be 100%. When it comes to third, it is also correct. When it comes to this interbank आपका, it involve the counterparty risk, right? It is not risk free. It is आपका counterparty risk is there, means option A. Those who have marked option A, they are correct here, right? So option A will be correct answer for this particular one. चलो, this is a very simple question, guys. Where is Ramaji sir, Durgesh sir? These guys are taking leave nowadays, huh? In the BFM exam paper, huh? These people are taking leave. How it will come, guys? So the treasury bill are issued by Reserve Bank of India with floating interest rate and priced at a face value. The first statement itself wrong. When it comes to treasury bill, they generally get issued on discount and they are redeemed at par value, right? So we generally or which is also known as face value. The auction of treasury bill open to wide range participants, individual, through though the retail investor can participate in non-cooperative and 5% is upper. This is true. We have 91 days, 180 to 364 days, and this is also true. 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means option B will be right answer for this particular question itself, right? So that is something which generally comes under this one. Option B will be right answer. Sir is watching silently. You have all information about आपका Ramaji sir and Durgesh sir. Like, अच्छा, okay, Ramaji sir watching on YouTube. No. Next one आपका, consider the following statement regarding the cash management bill issued by the government of India. Cash management bill issued by, so cash management bill is basically if government of India need funds from less than 91 days, because treasury bills आपका 91, 180, 364. So for the if requirement is less than that, we have cash management bill. So cash management bills short term discounted instrument maturities आपका 91 days or more. Wrong है, less than 91 days. Second one is non-competitive bidding scheme applicable to treasury bill, not to CMBs. This is आपका true. The third one is आपका CMBs are eligible for SLR. That is true. So 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means option B will be right answer for this particular one. CMBs issued less than this, not more than this आपका for the shorter period and others, right? Next one. Commercial paper, guys. Commercial paper. Very easy one. So commercial paper can be issued with a maturity from minimum 3 days to 1 year, 7 days आपका right. And LL LLPs and trust issuing the commercial paper, right? LLPs and trust issuing should have minimum 100 crore rupees and all fund-based facilities available as a standard asset. That is also true. Third one is commercial paper must issue through the scheduled commercial bank as a आपका issuing and paying agent. This is also true. 2 and 3 again option B will be right answer for this particular one. Correct here. Next one. Rani ma'am, see, treasury eventually the fund is utilized by the government, but the root is RBI. Okay? So basically the promise is done by the government of India, right? So like the requirement we are fulfilling the government of India's requirement, right? Because RBI do not need money. आपका. So on behalf of government of India, these are generally get issued by the RBI. Ultimately, the issuer is आपका government of India itself. Network issue again क्या? Okay, I'll just change internet connection just after this question. Now power is back. So the question is CDs issued by bank have a minimum 7 to 3 years आपका right? They get issued again a 1 year. Then the next one is CDs are negotiable dematerialized instruments can be issued on a discount and governed by the RBI prescribed formats. Premature disclosure, closure of CDs is allowed in case extreme liquidity crunch faced by the bank subject to आपका RBI approvals. It is आपका premature for CDs should not be there. Sorry. We have a time duration आपका for 15 days or something. So premature आपका only extreme liquidity. Premature case is there, but like we can premature, but it is 15 days or 30 days. It should be the one, right? This third statement should be wrong, I guess. Third statement because CDs premature can be done even not in extreme situation, but there is a time frame. आपका. We'll check the answer for this one. Premature closure of CDs is not आपका permitted under any circumstances. Can someone please cross check this particular statement? I'll do it. Okay, just allow me 1 minute. You just go for this question and I'll check this one. There is some time limit. What I can recall this one. No, it is आपका correct, guys. ठीक है. There is no premature facility available to the this one. Certificate of deposit do not have premature withdrawal facility with the issuing bank or the financial institution. So the statement आपका the answer is correct here, huh? The answer is correct, guys. So this is when it comes to this one, this is correct, huh? So this is wrong, and आपका option B only correct for this one. Please do remember this one. Next one, time limit for CP commercial paper is आपका minimum 7 days, maximum आपका 365 days or less than 1 year, right? So CP 7 days again. It was 7 days only, na? Hello. Okay, just a minute. I'll resume this. Clearing agencies The another one is a repo transaction involving corporate bonds and debenture are example of. No, this is up CRR and SLR. No, this is different. Right. Repo can be transacted in securities issued by related entities, provided they are listed on recognized exchanges. This is also wrong. Only one. Option A only should be right answer for this particular one. Right. So option A only will be right answer for this particular one. Correct? Hai? Next one, guys. Acha, voice is very low, kya? Madhusai, it is. Ramaji sir, for me it is fine. Anyone else also facing this voice issue, kya? Which Ramaji sir is facing? Vivek sir, now you can just wait. I guess now it is fine and power is also back, so I do not have to change the internet till that time. And chalo, next one. Which of the following statement about repo and reverse repo mechanism under the RBI liquidity adjustment facility are true? So, repo under the LAF is used by RBI exclusively to absorb the liquidity from bank during the excess money आपका repo under LAF exclusively. We use other tool also basically, right? Repo आपका okay, we'll recheck this one. Reverse repo auction of the reverse repo is mostly used for this one. ठीक है? Repo is generally both आपका inflow and outflow of cash, right? So this should be wrong. The second one is reverse repo. Fixed rate आपका variety are conducted on working days and remain open for the midnight. This should be right. Third one is your bank can borrow funds from RBI through repo and also lend surplus through reverse. 2 and 3 means आपका B should be right answer for this particular one. Correct. Next one, guys. This is the one, right? Next one. Which of the following statement are correct regarding the interaction between domestic and global market, especially in relation of the treasury function? So under the current regulation, Indian companies can raise ECB आपका up to 1 billion US dollar, right? So current it is mentioned without any maturity condition in this. आपका provided for this one also. So this should be wrong. Second one is ADR, GDR holders bear the exchange rate risk under the converting their holding into equity shares in this. This is आपका true. The next one is bank in India are permitted to borrow or invest overseas market using foreign currency resources, but only up to 100% of tier 1 subject to RBI guidelines. This is also true, right? आपका up to 50 million or आपका 50 million or something amount is also there. So 2 and 3 आपका it is हाँ minimum 10 million. Okay, this is downside आपका, right? So these two, this is आपका wrong हाँ. Now it got increased to 101 billion आपका US dollar. That is the case. Next one, guys. 100 million आपका 1 billion हाँ. So 1 billion. This is आपका 1 billion. Now we have 1 billion. Earlier it was 750 million US dollar, right? हाँ, this we have cover आपका रामाजी sir. हाँ, whenever it is mentioned like आपका whether they are mentioning the your areas like what it is called the financial year or the current. If they are using the current one, so we have to go for the latest one only. No, not necessarily आपका related to past data, right? So if they are using the current one, especially when it comes to the आपका LRS things or these kind of areas, na, so you have to go for the recent one only. If they are specifically mentioning, that means their intent is clear with that particular question. So first statement आपका the spot purchase executed on Monday will normally settle on Wednesday, provided both day are working for this particular one. When it comes to the spot, that is आपका true, T plus 2, right, working days. The next one we have TOD transaction will be settle in आपका T plus 0. In an integrated forex market, premium of discount on term rate is influenced by overnight interest rate differential between the two currencies. The next one is आपका narrowing buying, a narrowing buy sell spread indicate improvement in liquidity in the USD INR market also. Then next one is when we are having a minimum आपका minimal changes, right? Despite आपका partial convertibility of INR, it is highly liquid, yes. So 1345 means option B only will be the right answer for this particular question. Correct, guys? So which of the following statement regarding the forex are correct? Okay, this question we have solved. Sorry guys, please do ignore this particular one. Let's go for the next one. The previous question which we have already solved. So the sale of USD spot and purchase of USD 3 month forward contract USD INR is a swap transaction. That is true. The second one is in invest in surplus in overnight interbank deposit. Interest arbitrage opportunity always exists between two fully convertible currencies. This is a normal statement and statement is wrong. Usually, the interest arbitrage opportunities are not available in two fully capital account convertible currencies. It is mostly one आपका fully convertible currency, another is आपका non-convertible. So this is wrong. Third statement, balance held in nostro account do not earn interest until unless आपका swap agreement. Yes. Rediscounting in foreign bill with आपका recourse is treated purely as a treasury exposure, not a part of the credit portfolio. It is आपका with recourse, right? So this should be wrong. It will come to the credit portfolio. Interbank loan for the forex surplus investment are generally short term and subject to आपका exposure. Correct है? The next one, treasury clearances is required before sanctioning foreign currency advances to ensure the availability and cost of funds. Investment triple A minus short term overseas commercial is permitted avenue for deploying the forex surplus in this. This should be also correct. Triple A minus. This should be triple A minus is fine, right? So 13567. 13567 means option A only will be the right answer for this particular one. A will be right answer for this particular one. Correct, guys? Next one. Okay, let's go for this one. Commercial paper can be buyback आपका, but the timing is commercial. Commercial paper buyback is allowed 30 days. Huh? Please do remember this one. This means this will be a non-permissible. It is आपका required minimum 30 days. ठीक है? It can be buyback after 30 days only. So Janet Infrastructure is eligible to issue commercial paper since its fund-based facilities are standard asset and it has आपका required net worth also true है, which is 100 crore and above, and they are having 900 crore rupees, right? Sorry, आपका 1200 crore rupees. A3 rating is this is also positive this. So since total CP issuance is more than 1000 crore, they'll be requiring आपका credit rating from two agency. Please do remember this particular rule. So when you are raising आपका ECB in a financial year more than 1000 crore, ठीक है? So when you are raising through ECB more than 1000 crores आपका, you will be requiring rating from two rating agencies आपका, right? And you will be using or disclosing whichever is rated आपका downside, ठीक है? The lower one. You will be using the lower one for the disclosure. So the obtain rating at the at least two SEBI registered CRAs and adopt the lower one of the two. Right. That means this statement is also correct. Please do remember this. This lower one point आपका, they can try to confuse you with higher one. The next one which we have in this case, the proposed buyback is 30 days आपका, right? So this is आपका eligibility. NRI investor group can subscribe CP FEMA compliant, yes. The maximum maturity period 9 months proposed by this is आपका within the requirement because it is 1 year. So 1245 means option A only will be right answer for this particular one. It is 30 days आपका, right? So buyback is not allowed before आपका 30 days. So downside आपका 30 days time duration is kind of must in that particular one, right? Next one, guys. BRDS. So bill rediscounting scheme. Bill rediscounting scheme in India. So what will be your correct answer? So first statement is true. The minimum tenure of BRDS is आपका 15 days. It was आपका 90 days, right? The maximum is 90 days actually. ठीक है? So 90 days. Minimum should be 15 days only, but maximum it is maximum for 90 days. Huh? So this part should be wrong. It is maximum for 90 days only. The this will check. The bill of exchange eligible for rediscounting under BRDS may arise out of bona fide trade transaction and आपका should be unencumbered. True है. Interest on BRDS आपका front end basis 365 day count convention. The next one we have house bill and bill of finance are ineligible for this particular one. So 134 means option D should be right answer. So this is आपका house bill and आपका bill of finance. They are strictly prohibited from this particular market itself, right? Next one, guys. This we have discussed. Okay, please go for this. So Mr. A are senior treasury dealers at the Indian bank, and the bank has received inward remittance of 100 million USD from overseas branch. However, there is a short-term rupee liquidity crunch for 3 months, as the bank intend to subscribe AAA minus rating commercial paper issued worth आपका 82 crores maturing in 3 months. Bank A considering using USD INR swap to meet the rupee requirement without disturbing the आपका underlying holding itself. So spot is 82, 3 months आपका premium is आपका 50, interest rate is 7.25, and the USD funding cost is 5.25, and our convertible is this. So Mr. A, USD spot, sell USD spot, buy USD forward. Forward means it will cost आपका 82.50 at 3 months आपका, right? Convert आपका USD INR spot and invested in CP. CP interest is what? Stipulated is this. CP interest is this. So difference 5.75. 5.75. These two, sorry, this will become 5 and 5 point, it is 7.25%. So we have 2% here, 200 basis point. 200 basis point. Okay, it can be done then. Based on this above fact, आपका evaluate the transaction Mr. A and answer which statement is most accurate. What you guys suggesting? Option C. The transaction is likely to be a profitable since INR is not fully convertible and there is favorable interest rate arbitrage provided by CP investment earn more than आपका this 100% true. So option C only will be right answer for this particular one. Correct, guys? So CP, because it is offering this, and this is आपका the rate itself. So if they enter into that particular contract, it will ultimately profit that particular branch itself, right? Next one, guys. Commercial paper we have practiced CD, and आपका repo we have practice, LAF we have practice, SDF done, MSF bill discounting we have done, functions. Okay, done. So now the next unit which we have international equity and debt protect. So international equity and debt protect, where we have regulatory environment, ZDR, IDR, and in ECB, and we have trade credits and rupee denominated bonds. So from this unit, see, a regulatory environment also we have read in our module A, GDR, IDR also part of module A, ECB आपका मॉड्यूल ए ओनली, ट्रेड क्रेडिट्स आपका मॉड्यूल ए ओनली, रुपी डिनोमिनेटेड बॉन्ड्स आपका मॉड्यूल ए ओनली. So आपका see from this particular unit the entire things which are generally part of this. So when it comes to regulatory requirements, it is around the FDI and FIIs. GDR आपका basically GDR and your ADRs, where Indian companies they are raising funds from outside India. IDR, out आपका foreign companies they are raising funds from India itself, right? Their eligibilities. ECB, minimum maturity period in other areas which are generally part of this all-in cost. And then we have financing import, आपका buyer's credit and आपका buyer credit and supplier credit, and this limit itself, right? So morning only we have discussed these ones. So let's start with the practice itself. So which of the following statement regarding foreign investment regulation under FEMA are correct? So investment by NRI in chit funds is prohibited even on non-repatriation basis. Chit fund investment are prohibited, right? Uh, but it is non-repatriation basis. So non-repetition basis, I guess it should be allowed, right? This should be आपका incorrect statement because it is specifically mentioned non-repatriation basis means where they cannot bring back that money to the foreign. So this should be allowed on the non-repatriation basis means this should be wrong. Any FII registered under the 1995 SEBI regulation is deemed to be a FPI until the expiry of the 3 years from 2014 itself. FDI is in an unlisted company permitted if the investor is resident outside India. Yes, 2 and 3 means option B should be right answer for this one. NRI and OCI can invest in chit funds on non-repatriation basis. Please do remember this one, guys, right? So this is aapka. I guess everyone got tricked with this one only. Rest all are fine. Next one, guys. Global Venture, a Singapore based investment firm, is planning to channel funds into India across multiple sectors. They are evaluating the following proposals and आपका the areas. So three proposals are there. First, आपका they are planning acquire 100% equity in the private company, engage in आपका lottery in the online lotteries. Okay, subscribe 40% equity capital in startup involved in AI based casino gambling आपका invest 25 crores in chit funds company from Tamil Nadu on repatriate basis. ठीक है, तो what we have to find out in this case, regulatory under this one, so all are prohibited basically, ठीक है. So in this particular case all the segments are आपका prohibited, ठीक है. These all proposals that generally comes under the prohibited. So they cannot invest this, they cannot invest this, they cannot invest आपका this. So options are like basically that is means it is around the prohibition, so they cannot invest in any out of these particular activities. Okay? They generally fall under the prohibited category itself. Next one, global depository receipt GDR, and you have to find out the correct one. So GDR are negotiable instrument denominated in foreign currency traded in overseas market. Under the equity share of GDR, underlying equity share of GDR are held as overseas by the overseas depository, and dividend are paid to GDR holder in the foreign currency. It is आपका in rupee, and it is paid to the depository receipt, not to the investor. Wrong है. The next one, issuance of GDR increase the equity base of the issuing company and does not negatively impact the debt to equity ratio. 1 and 3. Option A only. A option. Option A will be right answer for this one. B is आपका 2 and 3. No. A will be right answer for this one, guys. Right. So dividend is paid in INR to depository, not directly to depository holders, not in आपका foreign currency. The morning only, I guess, we talk about these particular things. So which of the following statement regarding the IDR are correct? IDR, Indian Depository Receipt. A company incorporated outside India can issue IDR, both resident and non-resident, provided compliance with SEBI regulation. NRI and OCI can invest. No, they cannot invest in. आपका they can invest. आपका right. This should be correct. Using the NR. Okay, not using NRO. NRE and FCNR value they can use for this one. Means this statement is wrong. IDR issued by foreign banking entities having presence in India require prior approval from the आपका regulators. Yes, 1 and 3. 1 and 3 means option A will be right answer for this one. Okay? So option A only will be correct answer for this. Next one, guys. Which of the following statement correct regarding the ECB framework? You guys are doing many mistake in module C, huh? Like you need to revise this, guys. Please, I'm not suggesting you watch the video again. Just do revise with the PDF only, right? You have your module wise PDF. So module D and C. Just go through those PDF आपका, the important areas. So that will help you. So ECB can be raised by the Port Trust and SEZ as they are eligible to receive the FDI. All-in cost for foreign currency ECB, it is I guess 500 na. It should be 500 आपका. For domestic it is this. So 500. This should be wrong. The ECB proceed can be used for real estate activities and equity investment. This is also wrong. So means what we have to find out correct one. No. ECB proceed cannot. Achha, okay, sorry. It is mentioned cannot. It is mentioned cannot. Sorry, guys. So it is mentioned cannot. So this is true. Up 1 and 3 means again option A will be right answer for this one. All in cost is आपका 500 BP. Yes. So 500 BPS is the all in cost in this particular case itself. Right. Next one, guys. Which of the following statement regarding the rupee denominated bonds issues in overseas market by RBI is correct? Very easy, guys. Please answer this. So bank are permitted to issue RDVs in overseas आपका for financial project and affordable housing. RDBs can qualify for the inclusion of additional tier 1 and tier 2 under the Basel norms. Yes. Third one is the eligible amount for PDIs in a foreign currency is आपका how much it is? This of risk weight asset and total additional tier 1 capital. The eligible amount of PDIs currency is lower than of this. What are you guys suggesting in this case? And confidence down nahi jana hai, Srikant sir. Okay, 1 and 2 are we do have 1 and 2 only. So the 3 also is there. C means आपका the eligible amount is the higher, not आपका higher of the 1.5% of risk weight asset and total tier 1 capital. So this is आपका higher, not the lower आपका, right? So that's why option C is the correct answer for this particular one. C is the right answer for this one. Okay, next one. So like point is this is reality ki we will be getting question from C and D from module C and D equally, and they are more theoretical or stat based. If we are lacking in some, like let's say numerical portion and all, because they take our time to understand the areas also, and if you are just starting things, तो my suggestion is कि this is an opportunity for all of us guys to just leverage that particular one. We do have time, right? So if you go through those statement based or the PDF things na, that will help you. So on issuance of GDR by ABC Motor Limited, the company equity will increase, and its debt to equity ratio is not adversely impacted. True. The exchange risk on GDR is borne by the Indian company. No, it is borne by the foreign investor. Under the limited two-way fungibility scheme of GDR, reissuance is permitted only to the extent of GDR redeemed and underlying share and sold in the domestic market. आपका this is also true. Okay? So two-way fungibility scheme of GDR means, like, let's say there is a company, as I gave you an example of Infosys, right? So let's say they have issued 10,000 shares, which is equal to, suppose that 1,000 GDR, right? Now, out of these 1,000 GDR, suppose that 300 आपका GDR is are liquidated by the customers, right? Investors. Now, they Infosys can issue these 300 GDR again, आपका, right? So that is the area for this one. ADR can be solicited from the investors globally and must comply with the IFRS disclosure requirements. ADR can be solicited from the investor globally and must comply with the IFRS. ADR actually which generally follow the GAAP norms first, okay? GAAP आपका, ठीक है, and generally accepted accounting principle which are applicable in US. IFRS is generally for the GDR, so this should be wrong. IDRs must be denominated in Indian rupee, and आपका process must be immediately repatriated outside India by the issuing company. True है. The next one, IDR cannot be redeemed into underlying equity shares before expiry of 1 year from the date of this rule is also there. The resident individual covering IDR into underlying shares may hold such shares indefinitely subject to FEMA compliances. The resident individual converting IDR into आपका this should not be indefinitely, right? So 1356135 option A should be right answer for this one. A resident individual may hold underlying shares only for a purpose of sale within 30 days from the date of conversion itself, right? So option A is the right answer for this particular one. Guys, do not give up. Just at least try with the your elimination things and all, right? So घबराना नहीं है. Bankrise Engineering Limited, a person resident in India, is importing specialized machinery capital goods worth rupees 80 million from Germany. The company also import certain raw material for non-capital आपका for 20 million. So the finance to finance these one, they Janet propose the following things. The first one is your buyer credit आपका USD from the foreign branch of India, that will be permissible, right? Supplier credit from overseas, supplier raw material for 18 months आपका, right? So 18 months, okay. Under the, it is I guess 12 months आपका, right? Under the INR denominated trade credits, financial institution located in IFSC, conversion of this into ISDC is lower than this prevailing. Changes in the currency INR denominated is this, and spread is आपका this, okay. So now, first statement, buyer credit USD from foreign branch of India is permissible only in case of foreign currency denominated trade credit. Supplier credit for non-capital goods for 18 months is permissible, right? This is आपका also true here. For non-capital goods it is permissible. For capital it is, no, sorry. For non-capital goods it is 18 month. The company deal with machinery and आपका raw material and all. Okay, this we have to check again, huh? You remember that time आपका? The next one, INR denominated TC trade credit can be raised from the financial institution located in IFSC. INR denominated, no. INR denominated is not आपका because IFSC deal with currency other than INR. Conversion of foreign currency trade credit to INR trade credit rate, lower prevailing rate at the date of agreement permissible, yes. Changes in the currency of INR denominated trade credit USD freely permitted under the framework itself. Changes of the currency from INR to, no, this is not freely. USD to this, आपका trade credit imports of the capital goods can raise आपका maximum period of 3 years from the date of shipment. This is true. For capital good, it is 3 आपका. A new foreign currency denominated trade credit at benchmark rate 325 spread, that is also permitted all in cost, right? So 1 2 4 6 7 1 2, we do not have, acha, we have 1 2 4 6 7. Option C should be right answer for this one. We'll check this statement 2 also. Statement 2 आपका non capital goods trade credit is up to 1 year or operating cycle, whichever is less. Therefore 18 months would be permissible only if operating cycle justified does not exceed this one. So it is 12 month only, and now operating cycle is mentioned in this case or not. Then this should be wrong, na? Supply credit in this raw material for period of this. The finance these Zenith arrangement supply credit is anywhere it is mentioned around the operating cycle आपका of 18 months. अच्छा, okay, हाँ, it is statement itself आपका mention, so that's why it is true. Usually it is, हाँ, non-capital good is, there are two things. One, it is आपका 12 months or the operating cycle. So the statement was mentioned, why it is correct, because statement is saying कि INR denominated trade credit can be raised from the financial institute, sorry, supplier credit आपका non-capital goods for 18 months is permissible if it is within the borrower's operating cycle. So if borrower operating cycle is 18 months, 20 months, so it can be for that particular period. So that's why the statement 2 is also correct here, right? Chal. All these statement we have gone through in morning only. So आपका that will help you in this case. And as I can see, there is no answer. Chalo. Now next one, guys. This is very simple, huh? Very, very simple. Funding and regulatory aspect. CRR, SLR, LAF, payment and settlement system. So here everyone will mark the correct answer. I'll give you enough time to solve those particular one, ठीक है? So that we can आपका we can score good, ठीक है? So that DTL वाला portion, that is bit important, ठीक है? So they do ask question what especially for the management of CRR आपका, ठीक है? The exclusion item from the DTL and others, that generally comes under this particular one, right? So CRR, cash with RBI, SLR, cash gold government securities or approved securities from RBI. So that is something which is the case आपका. The basic guidelines आपका which is something आपका related that is important. NDTL and excluded item. So NDTL excluded item, that is bit important, especially for the CRR calculation. LAF corridor आपका, and then we have LAF, the time duration also, LAF framework, right? So the different instruments and all. Payment and settlement, where we have NEFT, RTGS, आपका NDS system. We have CCIL. These are the areas which are generally part of this. Okay? So now let's practice our question. So which of the following statement correctly explain the operational and regulatory aspect of cash reserve ratio? Answer. CRR, you guys are studying from the banking time, huh? So this everyone know, guys. Very good. Quickly and mark correctly. Focus on accuracy. So option A, Srikant sir is saying. Other people, guys, also quickly. CRR is calculated based on NDTL of the second preceding fortnight. The second one is RBI pay interest on 6 CRR. Urban Cooperative Bank can include आपका branch cash for CRR, but scheduled commercial bank are not allowed in this case. 1 and 3, A will be right answer for this particular one. Chalo, everyone mark the first question correctly. Next one about the SLR. SLR answer. Why other people are not answering? Only few people have taken the responsibility, including Srikant sir. We have Sanmuga sir. We have Rani ma'am, and we have Vigneshwaran sir. Other people are just relaxing. And who is this NPP sir or ma'am? So these are 4 5 people, those who are answering on app as well as on YT. So see, and one thing is like when it comes to C and D, na, the people basically, आपका the number of viewers will also decrease because they believe कि it is easily doable. Huh? So next time I'll use a strategy. I'll do C and D first, then आपका A and B, so that people won't miss this one. So gold held by bank can be included in SLR valuation at a price exceeding than current market value. Clear cut wrong hai. SLR include cash balances only after excluding the CRR balances. Third one is your SLR can be maintained in the form of government security gold cash. Yes. SLR default penalties are governed under the section 24 and section 25. This also true. So 234 means option B will be right answer for this particular one. I guess everyone marked the correct answer for this one. Very good. Next one. Consider the following regulatory clauses about the reserve requirement of the scheme scheduled commercial bank. Reserve requirement for scheduled commercial bank. So the minimum and maximum limit for CRR and SLR was removed in 2017, right? So this got removed from the all, no? SLR also. After the second statement, CRR and SLR both consider quantitative tools of the monetary policy. CRR in 2026 and 2027. Okay. CRR and आपका this quantitative tools of the monetary policy. Yes. Liquidity in banking system can system has no direct impact on inflation. It does. So 1 and 2 means option A will be right answer for this particular 2006 and 2000 आपका 7, right? So that is the case. Very good, Srikant sir. Awesome. Chalo. Next one. Which of the following statement best reflect the RBI operational framework for liquidity management by a repo related instruments under the LAF post February 20? So आपका 14 day variable rate आपका reverse repo auction consider the main operation under the LAF conducted at the RBI discretion, typically on the reporting Friday. Under the variable rate term repo up to 13 days, liquidity provision is considered fine tuning operation, and account auction may occur more than 1 week. This is also true. MSF allow bank to avail overnight liquidity using the securities held in GSL, SEL, and with a limit not exceeding 2% of this. This is also true. 1, 2, 3. All are correct here. Option D should be right answer for this particular one. Forget everything. Next one. So, which of the following statement correctly capture the strategic implications and policy dynamic behind RBI instrument and LF instrument and corridor management? The objective behind narrowing the LAF corridor is to reduce the volatility in weighted average call rate Walker, and maintain its proximity of the repo rate in money market especially. The variable rate term auction, the bank quoting the lowest interest, highest interest आपका in auction. Whoever will quote the highest interest, they'll only get the money. आपका LTR long term variable rate repo operation intended to manage the durable liquidity, generally with tenures exceeding 14 days, and आपका discretionary things. This is also true. 1 in 3. 1 in 3 means option A should be right answer this. In variable rate auction, higher bid आपका rate generate the preferences. That is the case. Okay. Next one. So RTGS, IN, Infinite, and Structured Financial Messaging System. So RTGS आपका settle eligible transactions, settle all eligible transaction on net basis. It is आपका gross basis, and NEFT work on net basis. Under RTGS, customer remittances settle instantly, and minimum value is 2 lakh. Infinite आपका secure communication backbone, which is आपका 2 and 3 means option B will be right answer for this particular one. Correct guys? So RTGS is a gross settlement base, and rest two statement are correct here. Very good. Next one. So NDS and CCIL. So NDS, the platform where RBI auction the securities, government securities. CCIL आपका the settlement things, right? So first NDS was initially telephone based, but have evolved in the screen based आपका automated test this, which is called NDS OM order matching. NDS A member is restricted to bank, mutual fund. No, they are the participant in this market. NDS order matching, NDS OM match orders based on the price time priority. That is the basic rule of आपका auction. 1 in 3. Option A will be right answer for this particular one. Right. Next one. Okay. So an increase in CRR directly reduce the money multiplier effect by impounding a portion of bank NDTL आपका, that is true. Increase in SLR, CRR as well as SLR means bank have to make higher reserve. So bank will be having less money in the market. So they'll be doing lesser credit creation. So that's why money, there will be adverse impact on the money multiplier or the overall money supply done created by the bank. So that's why statement one is true. Second one, SLR require a bank to maintain liquid asset only. No, we have gold and cash also. After 2006 amendment, full discretion to prescribe the CRR in this, true है. The previous statement also. The reduction in CRR SLR would amount to infusion. If we are reducing the CRR and SLR, there will be more money supply in the economy. It will increase the liquidity. The next one is failure to maintain prescribed CRR and SLR will attract the penalties, which is usually bank rate plus 3% for day one, and day two onwards it is bank rate plus 5%, right? So 134, 134 means we do not have 134 आपका means we are doing something wrong. आपका failure to maintain prescribed CRR affect the penalties from RBI adverse and sorry, 5 is also wrong, correct na, sorry, 5 is also correct, right? So it attract the penalties, right? It attract the penalties. So 1345 means option A will be right answer for this particular one. Yes, yes, yes. Manoj sir, correct. Okay, just a minute, huh? Done it. So A is the right answer for this particular one. Next one, guys. Next one. Screen is visible, kya? Yes. In what case, आपका श्रीकांत sir? In what case? Non-deliverable forwards आपका in with which reference you are asking this question? Okay, this is up a nice question. Huh? This can be in the form of value also. So please do remember this. The negative list आपका for this, which this is not created. Okay, so first, आपका credit balances in ACU account are excluded while computing the CRR, but included when we calculate the SLR. Calculation of DTL or NDTL. So that is the one. Second statement आपका a fixed deposit from form part of the time liability and included in आपका NDTL of CRR and SLR both. Third one is liabilities to the banking system in India are excluded from both CRR and SLR computation in case of scheduled commercial bank. This is आपका wrong, included basically, right? The next one is gold deposit are treated as time liabilities and included in CRR and SLR. DRDA subsidiary up to 10,000 is excluded from NDTL for both CRR and SLR. So 1 to 4 5. 1 to 4 5 means option C must be right answer for this particular one, right? So audio is not coming, kya? Hello, hello, hello. Cool. One. Just Rani ma'am, audio is not coming, kya? Other people also facing the same issue on YouTube? No, no, for app it is fine. Okay. So, an Apex Bank Limited has following data on Friday from this particular one. NDTL आपका 1,80,000 crores, 1,80,000 crores. Excess CRR maintained during the fortnight is 600 crores. CRR prescribed by RBI is 4.5%. SLR आपका 18% at that time. So Apex Bank Limited is scheduled commercial bank. During the RBI inspection, RBI noticed these three things. One is 3 non-consecutive days the bank CRR balance fell below आपका 90%. तो it is बैंक रेट प्लस आपका 5%, राइट? नॉन कन अच्छा ओके, बैंक रेट प्लस 3%, इट इज नॉन कंजिक्यूटिव, सो बैंक रेट प्लस 3%. Bank maintain full SLR but include 1 lakh, sorry, 1,050,000 crore for the branch cash for SLR. Okay. The bank also showed deposit from the offshore banking 3,000 crore as part of its NDTL. So now when it comes to this, bank violated the CRR norm for 3 days. It is आपका 3% penal over the bank rate. When it comes to the second one, 1500 SLR speculation is not permitted for this one. The branch case is not permitted. This is true. The third one is OBU's liabilities should have been excluded from. For SLR it is fine, but for CRR it is not applicable. So this should be statement third. For CRR it is not included. For SLR it is included. So it is आपका NDTL for SLR. Okay, this should be wrong. For CRR it is not included. It is mentioned excluded आपका, right? So this should be wrong. The next one, RBI does not pay any interest on the CRR. This is true. Bank is liable uh, for dual penalties, the shortfall in CRR, and for wrong classification. No, for wrong classification as such, there is no monetary penalties आपका, right? So this should be wrong. हाँ, this is they'll be eligible आपका. So 1, 2, and 4, and we do not have option means 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, 4, right? Where you find this A? अच्छा, for previous question, so it is 1, 2, and 4. So 1, 2, and 4. OBU liabilities are excluded from the CRR but included in SLR. And the next one is the classification error is आपका in this particular case, right? The audio is not coming on YouTube, I guess. Just a minute. I'll rejoin this particular session. Today something is going on, huh? Okay, just go through this question. Which of the following statement best reflect the RBI operational framework for liquidity management by this LAF post February 20? अच्छा, okay. For me also it is not there actually. Executive, so bank rate plus 3D, 3%. Back. Why it is not coming here? Executive, so bank rate plus 3D, 3%. Back. So the 14 days variable rate repo, reverse repo auction is considered the main operation under the LAF ACA. That's we have discussed earlier also. Variable repo rate 13 days liquidity position is considered. The marginal standing facility allow bank to आपका raise up to 2% SCL account, true है. The minimum bid lot in LAF auction remain fixed across all instrument at 5 crores. No, this should be wrong. The next one is SDF operational from 22, replacing both fixed rate आपका fixed rate reverse repo and open market operation. No, fixed rate reverse repo got replaced, but open market operation are still there, right? So this should be wrong. Okay, not आपका this. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 means option A only should be right answer for this particular one. So option A will be right answer. Reverse repo and open market operation. Now it is fine, I guess. Okay. Yes, we have discussed. This also we have discussed. Okay. Now next one, treasury risk management. So when it comes to the next unit, it is all about treasury risk management. So here we have objective, supervision and control, market risk, risk measure, par and duration, and we have आपका derivative and risk management. So treasury, what we have understood around this particular one, like we use आपका financial leverages in case of treasury, means without investing a single additional rupee, we generally enter into thousand and crores of portfolios, right? So it has upside potential, but along with that, it has downside potential also. It can face liquidity risk, interest rate risk, or आपका currency risk. So these are the different form of risk, right? For risk management, we have done this segregation: front office, मिड ऑफिस एंड आपका बैक ऑफिस, विच जनरली आपका विच जनरली टेक केयर अराउंड दीज पर्टिकुलर थिंग लाइक डील साइज लिमिट और आपका पोजीशन लिमिट और लॉस लिमिट इन अदर्स. ठीक, लिवरेज इज बेसिकली आपका नॉट एग्जैक्टली प्रॉफिट, इट इज बेसिकली व्हाट इट हैपनिंग इन दिस केस कि you are utilizing someone else funds to get invested, and we are expecting a higher ROI on that particular one. So that is something, it is basically your आपका द फंडामेंटल एस्पेक्ट आपका. ठीक है, लिवरेज इज बेसिकली लाइक लेट्स से you have, I gave you an example now in the morning ki suppose that in your bank proprietary position you own suppose that 10 million US dollar. ठीक है, your bank own आपका 10 million US dollar in proprietary position. अब this is your like the cash value, ठीक है, which you own. Now based on this position, up this market provide you leverage, means you can utilize this, but like the derivative and others, they generally provide you a leverage. Leverage is basically, it is called trading on equity. It is also defined as key where you are using someone's money. Someone mean आपका the exchange money, and you are entering into a position. The exchange is providing you, let's say 10x आपका limit, means you can own based on this 10 million US dollar without investing a further 100 single rupee. You can invest or you can own a portfolio up to 100 million US dollar. Now with this is your आपका core capital, this is your the current position in the market. So if things go according to your आपका analysis or in your favor, you will be able to generate आपका huge profit. Your profit will be in accordance to this particular one. But the risk side also, if things went आपका wrong, it will be आपका it will be negatively impacting the overall profitability. So we are having a leverage of 90 million in market risk also. Now we discussed that investor A invested आपका 10,000, an organization provide a leverage of 9x, so the overall investment was 1 lakh. And if went upside or downside, the upside it is आपका profit potential, downside it is a loss areas and others. So that is something which generally comes under this one. Srikant sir, got it? So apart from this, we have like basically at deal level, we have limits for the dealers, open position basis and stop losses. Stop loss is something ki the maximum, it is built up based on the maximum आपका maximum loss bearing capacity, which is called risk appetite also. Like let's say if our risk appetite is 1 rupee, we have purchased a security called X at 100 rupee, your stop loss will be 99. So while you execute that deal, while the trader will put that particular deal for purchase, they'll make a buy bid at 100 rupees and they'll simultaneously put the stop loss at 99. Then आपका back of mid office will keep an eye on this particular one कि they have this 100 rupees within the आपका deal size or the exposure limit, about the exposure is about this currency आपका security, and deal size is suppose that this amount, and they'll also cross check if they are maintaining the adequate level of stop losses in others. So that is something which generally comes under this one. Clear hai? So then आपका the different method like VAR और आपका derivative for the आपका transfer risk and others, which generally comes under this particular one, right? So now let's start the practice with your first question on your screen, guys. Transfer risk and others, which generally comes under this particular one, right? So now So volatility in exchange rate contribute to market risk. The another one is treasury options are funded. Treasury position are funded from the customers आपका deposit directly. Yes. Daylight limits in for the forex are typically lower than the आपका overnight limit, right? So 1 and 2. 1 and 2 means option C should be right answer for this one. आपका volatility option sorry 1 and 2 option C should be what you guys are saying option A will just check the answer. A is the correct answer, sorry. So this is correct, this is correct, 2 is wrong, where I went wrong. 2 is आपका treasury okay, so आपका but daylight limit अच्छा okay it is daylight, sorry. So daylight limit आपका so when it comes to volatility, this is true. Treasury position, this is आपका wrong. Daylight limit. Daylight limit means intraday limit are typically higher than the overnight, right? So this is, sorry, I took it wrong. So 1 and 3, A will be correct answer for this one. Okay, daylight is basically the intraday limit आपका buy today, sell today. And overnight is basically they involve आपका high risk. So that's why these are आपका at lower side. So that is the case in this particular one. RBI approvals is mandatory for intraday daylight forex open position. When it comes to the second, no. RBI approval नहीं, it is आपका actually for if it is आपका overnight. Again, I'm doing same mistake. If it is overnight, that is and it is decided by the bank itself, right? So gap limit apply only to unmatched spot position, not for the forward. आपका gap position is used for all actually, so this should be wrong again. The third one is AGL is capped at 6 times the capital of bank. This should be correct. So means option A only should be right answer for this one also, right? So gap limit allow to forward and match position, and आपका RBI approvals is required for overnight, not for index. ADI cap is आपका AGL is capped at 6 times of the capital itself. Next one, guys. We'll be taking a break just after this unit practice. We'll be requiring a break for 5 minutes. So regarding the front end, back end and mid end, आपका role of treasury. Front office enter deal and are responsible for verifying the counterparty. So that is wrong. Okay, this is the job of your back office. Mid office monitor compliances and board approval. This true है. Back office आपका daily M2M things and आपका limit on this 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means option B will be right answer for why you guys are not answering, guys, come on. The exposure limit and the counterparty risk. Exposure limit and the counterparty risk. So treasury can lend entire surplus fund to a top rated institution to optimize the yield. So there must be आपका diversification. Will not suggest this kind of act, right? RBI allow bank to fix their own exposure limit for individual brokers, but restrict annual आपका turnover of per broker is 5%. This is true. Exposure ceiling vary depending on the counterparty rating, reputation, and आपका duration of exposure. So 2 and 3 option A only will be right answer for this particular one, right? Mark to market and limit is आपका M2M should come under this आपका this back office. M2M should be part of the back office. Limit is, we'll just check this particular one, huh? Manoj sir, M2M. Please go through this one. I'll check this one. Mark to market. It is showing आपका responsibility of middle office and back office. Front office आपका trade, middle office आपका risk management and daily M2M. Back office handle the administrative processing of this particular one. RBI. NISM okay, it is saying this. For M2M actually it is showing आपका both. The another one was आपका limit limit exposure. For limit exposure, sir, it is showing आपका middle office only. But M2M actually it is showing both आपका. I'll check this one, huh, Manoj sir. I'll check this one. M2M it is showing both front office, sorry, mid office as well as back office. For limit exposure, it is saying आपका middle office. Okay, next one. VAR provide a worst case movement in market price over a given time period at a defined confidence level under the normal market condition. This is true. Second one is historical method of calculating VAR involve assigning equal weightage to all past data to determine historical data is आपका we generally like, let's say if it is 1 year, so the most recent data will get आपका high weightage. This should be wrong, huh? VAR is not आपका adaptive across all classes like currency derivative in this calculated separated for each, yes, as per the security and आपका risk type. 1 and 2 should be right answer for this one, but we do not have 1 and 2. Oh, not additive across asset classes like currency, bond, and this, therefore, must be calculated separately for each. What you guys saying? Option D. Okay, we'll check this one. So first one is correct. VAR measure is wrong. This is true. Second one is the historical method. Recent data have given greater weightage. This is also true. Third one is incorrect because VAR is additive across the asset classes, allowing the aggregation. So this is the right explanation for this one, guys. Means this is incorrect आपका, that means oh, अच्छा, okay, और then it is आपका option C is the right answer. Next one, guys. Which of the following statement regarding the derivative in risk management are correct? Derivative drive the value from the underlying asset, primarily has this particular one correct here. Second one is interest rate swap can be used to manage the balance sheet risk. Converting fixed rate, no, this is wrong, right? So this should be wrong. Exchange rate risk and foreign currency exposure can be managed through derivative instruments such as आपका forward contract or options 1 and 3. B should be right answer for this particular. Why D? D आपका this should be wrong. Interest rate swap it is. आपका balance is risk. What is the answer? Interest rate swap are expected to rise, then converting up a fixed rate and floating rate one through the interest rate swap is beneficial, not when the expected to decline itself. Next one, we need a break for 5 minutes, guys. Let's solve these remaining question first. Then I'll take a break. We have done till unit number 20. This is unit number 23, I guess. The loss arising from the adverse exchange rate movement represent credit risk since it affect the bank capital. It is not आपका credit risk, right? So it will be exchange rate risk आपका, right? This is wrong. The next one is high leverage in treasury operation imply that large value transaction can be undertaken with relatively low direct funding. That is आपका true. Third one is once a treasury transaction is confirmed in market, corrective action of to reverse losses is generally possible before the settlement. This should not be like if you are if you have entered आपका, it is like let's say some swap agreements and all time. So this should not be right आपका. Third one, fourth one, the increase in overnight borrowing cost faced by XYZ, an example of liquidity risk, right? The next one is volatility in bond prices is directly related to change in interest rate. So 2, 4, 5, 2, 4 and 5. This should be the right one, right? Yes. So 2 आपका 4 and 5. The third statement is wrong. Treasury transaction once confirmed, they are generally irrevocable in nature. The loss due to exchange rate movement in market risk, not आपका credit risk, right? Next one. So ABC Bank, a well-structured treasury comprising front, mid, and this. Your front office entered this and this. So now the first statement, front office entered into a large USD INR spot trade with a deal size limit, but carried forward an unmatched overnight position exceeding the आपका approved limit. So what we have to find out indication of weakness. So first one is non-compliance or weakness, right? So it is second case is back office confirmed the deal but did not independently re-verify. Again, this is a आपका failure of compliance और आपका नॉन compliance और it is आपका indicate weakness in the system. Third one is mid office detected an aggregate gap limit on forward has crossed 6 times the bank capital आपका. This is also kind of a non-compliance. Capital maintained for the market risk was calculated at 9% on outstanding Forex open position on balance sheet date, even for the NOPL, आपका net overnight open position limit was higher. So this again a compliance failure. Next one, a deal spot purchase and forward sale of USD was treated risk free. Exclude the get limits monitoring. Again fail. Securities portfolio included non SLR below the minimum credit rating prescribed the board approvals investment policy. Securities portfolio included non-SLR bond below the minimum credit rating. So again, this is a case of आपका non-compliance. Mid-office report directly to Treasury head instead of independent. This is again a non-compliance. All are the cases of non-compliance here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 means option C only will be right answer for this. So all the cases which generally reflect the case of your आपका non-compliance in this particular case. Next one, guys. The Treasury had expect interest rate आपका rise during next 6 months. The USD export in this. So with reference to our case, first, if interest rate rise, market value of ABC fixed income security will decline because they are inversely related. True है. Entering into fix, receive floating interest rate swap would protect the bank against a rising interest rate on the fixed rate investment portfolio. No, they should enter into आपका receive floating and pay because they already in pay fix आपका, right? So they it should be आपका reverse case. They should enter into or pay floating and receive आपका fix. The next one is the USD loan exposure can be hedged by the entering into forward contract to sell the USD. True है. Basically we are making just opposite position to hedge the position. An option contract can use for the hedging purpose. Yes, it can be while retaining the potential upside gain. Yes, long option basically. Converting floating rate borrowing into fixed rate through the interest rate swap would appropriate if bank expect interest rate will decline. Converting floating rate into if converting floating rate if they आपका into fixed, no. If it is increasing then it will be beneficial. If you already have floating rate and if it is expected to decline, so it will be if you enter into swap it will be a situation of loss. Wrong hai. 134 means option B will be right answer for this one. Manoj sir, option B should be right answer. C. Why this fifth statement is wrong? Converting floating rate borrowing into fixed. So bank have floating. अब what it is saying कि we have a floating rate loan आपका, right? So we have a floating rate loan and if we'll be converting this one in this, so it should be in आपका reverse case, right? So it should be in reverse. Prem sir is like, Prem sir did not answer any question. He's saying ki today all is bouncer. So if rate expected to decline, the bank should remain in floating rate borrowing to benefit from the lower rate. And आपका मतलब bank have taken some loan, and if that loan is linked with some indices, and if we are expecting ki this floating will come down, so it is a benefit thing for us, right? And if it is go up, that is आपका the case of this one, ठीक है? No retired head is there, huh? Okay, chalo. Next one, guys. Okay, unit number 24. Now just allow me 5 minutes. I miss my meditation also. So just after 5 minutes, we will see. We will resume this particular one, and anyhow we have to complete this one, guys. Right? So will within 1 hours we will be able to complete the entire module. The derivative one only will take time. The next unit is very small, so we will be covering this. So just allow me 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, sorry, 5 minutes, we will be resuming this particular one, huh? Okay, guys, so let's start with the new topic, unit number 24, which is all about your derivatives, right? So, derivative and treasury, this was the end of the unit number 23. OTC versus exchange traded derivative, forward future options in swap, type of derivative, IRS and currency swap, and development of marketed derivative market itself, right? So derivative, which are generally used for आपका risk management as well as आपका when exporters and others they use in this one, and for the trading purpose also, right? So we have two type of derivatives. uh, Last question, okay, last question where it is. So when it comes to this particular question, what was the case? The first statement is, so the first statement in this particular one was, sir, if interest rate rise, this first statement is correct, Manoj sir. First statement is basically if interest rate and bonds they are inversely related. So that's why the first statement was correct. Second statement, entering into pay fix and receive आपका floating rate would protect the bank paying against the rising interest rate, right? If interest rate is rising, so they will not get benefit in this particular one. They will get benefit when they'll be receive आपका floating. If interest rate will increase, then only they'll be having benefit. So that's why this statement is wrong. USD loan exposure can be hedged by entering into forward contract. If they sell, like let's say they have some bank have some USD loan, so if they sell आपका US dollar, so that means the, like let's say they have 10 million US dollar US loan, and if they sell the US dollar, so it will hedge the position against the currency movements. An option contract can be used for hedging purpose. That is like same thing you can do with the options. You can buy the put option if you have long position. If you have short position, आपका suppose that in long you can, if you have taken loan, that means you can sell the put, buy the put option. So decreasing can be has through this particular one. Converting floating rate, a bank have some loan, suppose that bank have a loan of 10 crore rupees, right? Now this is something ki bank have taken some loan of 10 crore rupees, suppose that. Now what it's saying ki fixed rate through the an interest rate swap, fixed rate through an interest rate swap would appropriate the bank expect the interest rate is decline. So if interest rate is declining and you have a rate on fixed rate, okay? So you have taken a rate on at the fixed rate, sorry, converting, so it is आपका, you, if you have a rate of आपका floating rate, right? You have a rate of floating rate, let's say it is linked with, simple case it is linked with repo. Suppose that time repo is 5%. So if repo will come down, means you have to pay lesser side आपका, right? But it is saying कि if you convert the floating into fixed आपका, it is not like कि bank have created a asset with asset. It is something कि bank have taken a loan which is linked with some ARR or the other indices. So if it will come down, bank will get benefited with floating rate. But if it is go up आपका, then in that situation we will be having benefit if we enter into the fixed rate things and all. So that's why this statement was wrong. Manoj sir, now it is clear. This is about the bank position, not the customer position. Huh? I got like where you getting confused with this one. Okay. The next one we have derivative. The derivative, financial instrument whose value is derived from an underlying asset. OTC versus आपका exchange traded derivative. The primary distinction between these two. Then we have आपका future, forward, options and swap. These are the four different type of derivatives. The comparison, forward versus options, or your the another comparison which we have gone through, that is OTC and forward. forward versus options, future, there is must be one another of a comparison which we have gone through in the morning only, right? So the another one was, okay, I guess that I missed that particular one from the slide. So apart from this, we have interest rate swap, forward rate agreements, we have currency swap in three different variant आपका, and the overall market RBI guidelines. This is something bit important. This get asked many times. Eligibility for the market makers for bank, आपका authorized dealer bank, net worth 500 crore and above, minimum CRAR 10%, non-performing assets should not exceed 3%, and bank must be profitable in last 3 years and others, right? Chalo, now let's practice this question, the set of question. Forward and future. First of all, the difference is OTC versus आपका exchange traded derivative, right, Srikant sir? So OTC, which include forward and आपका swap. These are the OTC. When it comes to your ETD, it include future and आपका options. So now when it comes to the distinction, if you know the differences between these two, it will help you. Future and forward are exactly same contract. The only differentiation is like OTC are private contract, means forward are negotiable between the parties. OTC are less liquid, means forward are less liquid. Counterparty risk involved in forward. Now the reverse case is future. They are having आपका, they are standardized contract traded in recognized stock exchanges, highly liquid. Initial margin is required in this case, so there is no counterparty risk. Here is counterparty risk. Swap, again, when it comes to swap, OTC negotiated between parties. We have different type of swap. Like we have interest rate swap where we are exchanging only interest rate. Similarly, interest rate swap, we have FRAs, forward rate agreements also, about the when company is planning to take loan after some time, so they can go for the swap itself. Options, that आपका, which give right to buyer to buy in case of call option but not an obligation, and आपका seller to sell but not an obligation in case of put option. But in the money, at the money, out the money concept, which is bit important from this particular one. So now, first question आपका, derivative always have intrinsic value independent of an underlying asset and the exposure. Wrong है, ठीक है. Intrinsic value become zero on expiry. आपका, they are dependent on the underlying asset, ठीक है, they are dependent on the underlying asset, their value is derived from and depend upon the underlying asset. Treasury use derivative not only for hedging but also proprietary trading and aqua servicing. The third one is weather related events. These are the trending one. Though in India you will not find these one, but in some developed market like US, UK, you will see derivative related आपका. Today monsoon arrive in India, so there are some prediction around that particular one. They are also available. 2 and 3 means option B will be right answer for this one. Counterparty risk means, like let's say it is in case of your आपका forward contract. Like let's say there is an agreement between bank and आपका some exporters, right? So where they are agreeing to buy or sell, like let's say bank is agreeing to sell USD at 98.50 after 3 months, and this is आपका agreeing to buy, but at that time let's say USD went आपका 110, so there is a loss for आपका exporter and they back out or they defaulted in that like buying this particular one at this particular rate. Means when this party is defaulting, that is your counterparty risk. It is not possible in exchange, because exchange, when you are entering the, this is a case of forward, when you are entering into future, so exchange, when you are entering in this contract, exchange will ask you to submit the आपका minimum margin, and you have to maintain that margin till you open the hold the position. Once, let's say if you are having a loss, the currency came to 99, and if you are not submitting margin, so exchange will write off your position automatically. So we are protecting the investor in that particular case. Clear, Srikant sir? So that's why the differences OTC and exchange traded is bit important, because rest you can relate and just understand the feature itself. The statement आपका OTC and exchange traded, OTC are tailored to the client specific requirement. Exchange traded are standardized, customized and आपका standardized. In exchange traded product, counterparty risk is borne by the exchange, unlike the OTC. True है. The third one is exchange traded derivative can be used for hedging underlying exposure only. No, it is आपका both. The hedging mostly we use आपका OTC are hedging. They are more preferred for the hedging purpose. 1 and 2 means आपका option C must be right answer for this, right? So both आपका they generally use for this particular one. Next one, guys. So next question, guys. Which of the following statement are correct regarding the forward contract and option contract? So forward contract, a rate fixed at a current market price quote and must be executed in contracted rate on the expiry date. Forward contract, the rate आपका is fixed in current market quote and the must executed in the rate is आपका actually rate fix. The execute fixed after this and must be executed at the contract rate. This should be wrong, na? Future rate आपका be generally priced on this and executed on the contract rate. This should be wrong actually. आपका this should be wrong because this is we generally decide buy sell today, but it depend obligation आपका set with the future date आपका, right? Options contract involve an upfront premium and allow holder right but not an obligation to execute the contract. That is आपका long options and in general also. Forward premium. Forward premium is determined by the volatility of the exchange rate and the strike price. Forward premium is basically a combination of it is generally from the interest rate things आपका, not based on the volatility, right? This should be wrong also. Option C should be right answer. We'll check the answer. Yes. So rate of contract is fixed on contracted rate, not necessarily the current market, and it is sorry. So this is the case is like what it is saying actually. It is like this is also wrong. Suppose that current market price of dollar, $1 is equal to 95. अब 3 months later we are deciding आपका buy sell. Buyer is agreeing to buy at suppose that 97 and seller is agreeing on this. This price is fixed, but this is not on the current price आपका. That is the explanation for this. Third one is also wrong here. So first one and the third one. Got it, guys? Forward is OTC. It will get affected by the exchange rate and strike prices. Yes, हाँ. The pricing things is same आपका, ठीक है? Whether you are trading आपका on exchange or you are trading आपका over the counter pricing, what we are doing कि today is the price of, let's say gold price is 1.5 lakh. You are saying कि gold price will go 1.60 lakh by next one, and the another party is saying कि it will be आपका less than that. So what you are did, you both entered into a contract where आपका if it will go this and above than that, the another party will pay you, or आपका if it will be less than that, you will be paying to the another party. अब the prices that depend on the that completely dependent on the underlying asset, how that underlying asset that generally move. So that is the derivative now. The prices are determined based on the underlying asset. It is determined or it is depend on the underlying asset, both आपका. Third statement was what here? Forward premium. It is about the forward premium. Forward premium arise from the interest rate differential. It is आपका basically when you enter into a contract. Like let's say आपका let's say right now it is 95.50 and 3 month contract it is showing आपका 97. So this 1.50% rupees difference is आपका this is the premium, ठीक है? This is आपका different and this is based on the interest rate differences in INR as well as US dollar. So that's why it is आपका true. ठीक है श्रीकांत sir, this is about the premium आपका at the time when you enter into the contract. This is not the future price exactly. So next one आपका forward contract and option contract. So structured option may expose the holder significant market risk, unlike plain vanilla, which generally involve the only country counterparty risk. So structured means which is linked with the multiple आपका term and condition. Plain vanilla is like defined, predefined buying and selling आपका, and which is only linked with this counterparty risk. The embedded option such as call, put, convertible feature in bonds can directly impact the pricing and structure the debt instrument. Yes. So 1 and 2 means आपका we do not have 1 and अच्छा okay. Both C should be right answer for this particular one. Correct है? Next one, guys. Please do revise this module, huh? Because like you have to go through at least आपका once and twice that PDF. And just allow me 1 minute. I have to rejoin from my side. So future contract must be executed by both parties on the due date. Unlike options which have holding, yes. Interest rate future in India are based on the short-term treasury bills with the contract size of 2 lakh. This should be correct, right? Interest rate future are linked with the GSEC, government securities, and mostly it is bond and others. This should be wrong. The next one is the currency future traded in on live. If the spot price of GBP on settlement date exceed the contracted rate, the seller pay the differences to the buyer. आपका the spot price of GDP of the settlement date exceed the contracted price, the seller will pay. This is आपका this will be out the money for seller. This should be true. 1 and 3. A should be right answer for this particular one, right? So it is आपका spot is greater than the contract rate case itself. Next one, interest rate swap benchmark and related instrument. So interest rate swap, the notional amount is exchanged. No, we do not exchange a notional amount. Wrong here. The floating to floating rate swap, also known as basis swap, enable the substitution of the benchmark rate with another, such as आपका treasury bill and MIBOR. That is true. MIFOR can be used for both interbank participants and the corporate rate benchmark. No, it is only for interbank. It should be only for interbank. Means B should be right answer, right? So MIFOR is permitted only for the interbank. आपका corporate is not allowed for using this particular one. Next one, guys. A coupon only swap allow the borrower to has interest rate risk while leaving the principal exposure to currency fluctuation. True है. Often when principal has through the another instrument. Correct है. The second one, currency swap, arbitrage between major currencies generally not possible because swap cost reflect the interest rate differential. True है. The next one is bank act as financial intermediaries in currency swap by offering such product even in the absence of matching demand of two counterparties. Bank act financial intermediaries in currency swap by offering such product even if this is also correct, right? Option D should be right answer for this particular one. Why you guys are not answering? What happened today, guys? So derivative always have intrinsic value. This is wrong. This statement is wrong. This we have gone through, I guess. Treasury use derivative not only for hedging but for proprietary. Weather related derivative can now serve as a derivative content in this. Derivative relate only to the financial market, not extended to commodities or the indices. This is also wrong. For commodities and indices also we have derivative. Derivative diverts its value from the derive its value from the spot market and refer to a price or rate expected in the future. So 235 means option A will be right answer for this particular one. The another set I'll find out. So OTC versus exchange traded derivative. right? So what will be your correct answer? आपका 1245 means option D will be right answer for this. चलो very good. आपका so option D will be right answer in that particular case. Next one, guys. Forward and options. Okay, go for this. So there are na some statement are repeated. What I can interpret this, huh? In forward contract, the rate of fix at a current market quote and must be executed at the contracted rate on the expiry date. So this was the statement. Yeah. They are fixed. They fixed at आपका no. It can be any other rate also, but हाँ, this rate is fine. Option contract involve an upfront premium payments and allow the holder the right but not an obligation. The forward premium is determined by the volatility of the exchange and strike price आपका ठीक है. Forward premium are determined by the interest rate differential. Structured option may expose holder a significant market risk, unlike this. This is a repeated question, I guess. Embedded option, call option, put option, this, yes. So means 245. 245 means option C will be right answer for this particular one. Interest rates are, this is also same question. Okay, please go for this. So coupon only swap allow the borrower to has interest rate risk while leaving the principal exposed. This statement also we have gone through now. The second one is in currency swap, arbitrage between major currencies generally not possible due to this. आपका differential is fine. Bank financial intermediaries offer such position आपका to counterparties. This is also correct. Principal only swap eliminate exchange risk for both. No, it is only for principal. Principal plus interest eliminate both interest risk and currency risk. Only interest आपका and currency risk for borrower, as repayment of principal and interest is done entirely in foreign currency. It is currency risk should be there because one currency we are using foreign, one is आपका domestic. It should be wrong. 1, 2, 3. B should be right answer in this particular case also. Right? B should be right answer. So in principal plus interest in what domestic currency, आपका remove the both interest rate and currency risk. It अच्छा okay. Sorry guys. This statement is fine, huh? This principal enter this borrower and repayment of principal and interest done entirely in foreign currency. So and this statement is wrong actually. It is आपका in domestic currency. And okay, the statement is wrong, but not about the principal and interest repayment and others. Next one, guys. Okay, let's solve this question. One last question, huh? It is about the establishment also. So there are some features around that one. Net worth, this CRAR above than 9%, 10%. Net non-performing asset is आपका less than 3%. Eligibility is defined. It is more than 500 crore आपका. So we have 500 crores, we have 10% and we have 3%, right? That is the rule. So now if we come to the question, ABC Bank can act as a trading and clearing member, exchange traded options, minimum worth, and this true है. Corporate client of ABC may use interest rate swap for both hedging and speculation. This is also corporate client of ABC Bank may use interest rate swap for hedging, not for speculation. Sorry, only for hedging. ISDA master agreements once आपका executed eliminate the need for trade confirmation for the no, trade confirmation will be required still. In case of the inconsistency between ISDA and confirmation override, the schedule आपका will override to master agreement. This should be correct. ठीक है. ABC Bank proprietary options in exchange traded currency option will be part of net open position and aggregate gap limit आपका. That is true. Next one, exporter can cancel and rebook forward contract and option booked against the trade transaction, but has booked for the payment cannot be आपका rebook once cancelled. But has booked आपका, this is true. The next one is your क्रॉस करेंसी फ्यूचर एंड आपका एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड क्रॉस करेंसी ऑप्शंस are permitted without establishing the underlying exposure subject to exchange prescribed limit. The next one is interest rates options can be introduced by exchange without RBI approvals. No, bank can offer derivative only to corporate having a board approval risk management policy, and this आपका true. तो 1456 means option B should be right answer for this particular one, right? So this was your last question. Now Treasury and ALM. This unit is very easy. What we have done with module B, same things are there, right? ALM we have read in yesterday only, right? Asset liability management, liquidity and interest rate. We have treasury ALM, uses of derivative, just now we have covered, credit derivative, CDS, CLN, transfer pricing, and आपका policy environment, the governing guidelines and rules and others आपका, right? So when it comes to the areas आपका, right, so it include the post liquidity risk when bank is facing any ALM gap or mismatch or deviation from the interest rate things and all, they'll be generally coming under this particular one. Next one, when it comes to role of treasury, so role of treasury is basically we are just search this right here. So treasury आपका we are interconnecting all these particular one. So core function, treasury manage a pool of funds and bridge core banking with the market operation. Linkage आपका connect banking book with trading book and others, money market for forex and others, and governance is done by the your आपका ALCO itself. When it comes to ALM, so to fill that particular gap itself, uses of derivatives in ALM. Then we have the next one is your policy environment. So for every things like for ALM, liquidity transfer, investment, derivative policy, composite आपका risk policy. So we have bank-wide policies around all these particular one. Okay, chalo, let's go for the practice. First question, guys. ALM, asset liability management, and the correct one. So bank discourage long-term deposit beyond 5 years, primarily to avoid the exposure to the credit. No, it is आपका, this is not the right one, right? Or even if we are discouraging, so credit exposure is not the key issue. Interest rate fluctuation can be the reason for that one. Second one, आपका ALM aim to manage balance sheet risk arising due to mismatch in maturities and interest rate. आपका that's true. A bank offering fixed rate mortgage loan funded by short term deposit is exposed to both liquidity risk and the interest rate risk. So 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means option B will be right answer for this particular one. Correct? है? So bank discourage आपका long term deposit if it is to reduce the interest rate आपका. ठीक है? This is something the reason आपका when we study that particular one at the risk side आपका. So liquidity risk and interest rate risk. So liquidity and interest rate risk are interlinked. Liquidity pressure may आपका force bank to rely on market determined interest rate. So like if there is a liquidity risk, bank have to borrow money in short term and it will cost आपका at higher comparatively, right? The second one is your a negative liquidity gap implies more liability are maturing than the asset in a given time bucket. Yes. Liquidity comprise only actual cash holding of the bank and exclude committed line also can be part of this. 1 and 2 means आपका option C should be right answer for this particular one. Correct guys? Next one. Asset liability management. Repricing risk arise when the timing of interest rate changes differ for asset and liabilities such that one is fixed and other floating with the same time bucket. Repricing आपका arise when the timing of interest rate change differ in this. हाँ बिल्कुल correct है first statement. A bond maturing after 7 years with fixed rate of interest is considered rate sensitive when the within a 6 month to 1 year time bucket. In this time bucket it will be not sensitive because this is closer and it will be less volatile because if it is आपका come under that particular one ना, the basically the longer the duration longer the आपका rate sensitivity, तो this should be wrong आपका. Interest rate risk affect NII, net interest income, where liabilities are rolled over at changing market rate, while the asset आपका remain fixed. Yes, 1 and 3 means option A should be right answer. A 7 year fixed rate bond is not rate sensitive in 6 month to 1 years bucket. It fall 5 to 7 year bucket in this. Clear है? Okay, चलो. Next one. The first statement is correct. Treasury completely eliminate the mismatch. No, complete elimination is kind of impossible because our business is like borrowing short term, creating long term asset, right? So treasury operation are essential in identifying, monitoring market risk and आपका with core banking function are not equipped with handle this one. Yes, 1 and 3. 1 and 3 means option A will be a right answer for this particular one. Correct है guys? चलो next one. Which of the following statement is true regarding role of treasury and credit risk in banking operation? So treasury operation in bank are largely insulated from the credit risk. First statement is wrong here. Bond, they are trading more toward to the trading book. So bonds, though subject to credit risk like loan, are more liquid and can be exited from the more easily through the market sale. Nowadays it is possible, okay, because every bond get traded in the secondary market. Next one, आपका the pricing of corporate bonds reflect both credit worthiness of the issuer and interest rate आपका yes 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means आपका option C. Treasury is mainly focused on market risk. Bond are tradable, hence this, and आपका this is the one. Next one, guys. Credit derivative in India have been widely adopted with no regulatory restrictions. This is आपका wrong. Next one, RBI permits single name CDS, which is called plain vanilla CDS. Transaction corporate bonds, आपका this is true. Market makers of CDS include commercial bank, F and FIIs as per the market makers. Market makers for this one, this should be right or wrong also because we do not have option. We'll check this. Anyone? So FII are not market makers. Sorry, FII was there, right? So FII was not upper market maker. That's why this statement is wrong. Means option B. So FII is not market makers. It include bank, primary dealers, NBFCs, and others, right? Subhas sir. So that's why I keep these one because evening we need, especially at when we have to follow the end question. So we need some energy. These are energy booster question, warm up question. So modern banking primarily involve maturing transformation and intermediation between depositor and borrowers. A situation where long-term fixed deposit funds, short-term floating आपका rate assets may expose bank a negative spread while the interest rate decline. This is true. Funding long-term fixed rate mortgage loan with short-term deposit आपका liquidity as well as interest rate risk. This is also true. Credit risk and market risk in banking are identical. No, wrong here. Asset liability management aim to protecting the bank net worth by balancing the by balance sheet mismatch. This is true. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5 means option C should be right answer for this particular one. Very good, guys. Next one. So, Treasury act as a operational link between core banking activities and financial market, identifying and monitoring market risk embedded in the balance sheet. Complete elimination of asset liability mismatch is desirable. It is not even desirable. आपका treasury may has only residual risk because certain trading risk can naturally offset mismatch arising from the core banking. We have substitution of loan product with marketable treasury instrument like commercial paper, enhance liquidity management. Treasury role in ALM limited to liquidity management. It is not आपका product pricing in this wrong है, right? So 134 means option A will be right answer for this particular question itself, right? Next one, guys. So this is last question, Srikant sir. So the retail branch आपका 1 year deposit at 7%, transfer pricing this deposit 6%. Similarly, the corporate branch आपका 3 year loan 10%, treasury आपका 7%. The bank has recently reviewed its integrated risk, ELCO, NIM in this. The board is liquid derivative in this. Bank this based on this. So after implementation of the transfer pricing, retail branch bear the full interest rate risk on deposit mobilized by it. So retail branch आपका 6%. No, it is not. We still have a gap of 1%, right? This should be wrong. Corporate, it is fine. Differences between 7% and 10% lending rate represent a credit risk premium attribution to the corporate branch. 10% loan and आपका transfer to 7% of the denominators. This should be correct. Under the a proper transfer pricing system, Treasury centralize the liquidity and interest rate risk management for entire bank. Under the transfer pricing system, Treasury centralized liquidity and interest rate आपका, this is true. Transfer pricing policy must clearly prescribe the methodology, cost allocation in this. Policies such as ALM policy, liquidity policy, derivative policy must approved at the highest level and reviewed आपका at least annually. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 means option C should be right answer for this particular one. Okay. So just I'll suggest everyone, please do revise at least once and twice with the concept one, right? Or you can go through the this your unit wise things also, right? Questions. I have kept more question there also. So just revise twice आपका before the examination. it is fully guidelines basis आपका, the features of different product and the guidelines only, right? Doable, understandable, and equal weight is from the module. Just keep that particular thing in mind. So do revise आपका, and now I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So there we will be discussing your module D. So module D, we will try to go through the all the important concept in the morning 7 to 9. Then evening आपका we will be doing a set of practice sets. All right, guys. So this is it from my side. Thank you for joining the session.